life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Fuck me, I'm looking in the mirror, so foggy, but I've never seen clearer. I don't really think anyone can save me, and honestly I'm not really sure I want saving. I like to be my own worst enemy. There's no risk if you don't try at anything, so I'ma just keep buying everything. See you in the next life, have to be a better me. I don't think that my head's on straight, gotta flip it and grip it and go and get an x-ray. What's wrong with me? I just feel weight pushing on my chest and it squeezes till I suffocate. Better change my mindset, meditate. It's pretty cool that I'm alive and have better days. I could walk, see, hear, I should celebrate. Think I could change my mind, maybe elevate. Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Yeah, all I need are some better days. Cause all I want, and I pray, I believe in the better days.
Hello, I'm back. Welcome to another one of my videos. It's Logan Speed Shop. Today, I'm going to be diving into some of the bigger projects I've got going on here. First challenge, got my toolbox. Going to take it around the back, around to the other side. Going to be working on everything in the backyard today, but we'll get into what I'll be doing when I get around there. Only one quick job to do this morning, and that's just remove the funnel out of this car, chuck the radiator cap back in, and it's good to drive again. Oh, she's locked in place. Hold on a second. She's out. Beauty of this funnel is, if she's not jammed, which it is today, drain it all into the bottle, don't have any mess until the bottle overfills. Oh, how's that? Perfect size, lime cordial. Chuck this back into the box. Towel. Clean my mess up. Better move this car out of the way, as I most likely have to do some work in the garage later on today. And it's good. It's a good car, it doesn't actually need any work apart from the wheels I'm still got to build once I get the centres back. Trace that up this week, hopefully not far away. But yeah, let's get the toolbox around the back and get into the day. Not real excited at the moment, got a couple of jobs I don't really want to deal with, but only one thing to do and let's get into it. Righty, here goes for a game plan. Got Albert out here helping me today. As long as he doesn't bark too much, he gets to be on camera. First up, got this car here. Got to get some of the broken parts off and then just get the rest of the good bits off I need to keep. And this car can be sold. Got a buyer lined up. So as soon as I can physically get it out the gate, which means this car has to be done. For this car to be done, I need the engine out of this car. But to allow for the gap to be big enough, I need to pull the engine, so get it up on the stands, pull the motor, take it down off stands, push it forward, put it back up, and then pull all the other bits out of it. Not a big job, just an extra hour's work, but it means I can get it out the hole, and it means I can get everything into the other car. Only thing left in this to drop is the fuel tank, which is full of rust. We'll be getting this fuel tank. So I've got to drop this one as well. So yeah, 3 fuel tanks today. But the big car I really want to get into is Kirk's car. So we've got his S13, really tidy car, ignoring the little bit of panel damage. He is coming to drop off the car we're reshelling into. So kind of fixing the car, kind of just rehoming it more than anything. But yeah, it's the plan of attack today is get everything off that I don't need here, that way he can take it away. I'd rather not store parts if I don't have to. So I'm going to probably spend an hour or so on this car, whip some stuff off, got his wheels here, and just make a bit of progress getting him a bit of a pile of parts to take away with him. Because I got a bit of space, but I make a bit of a mess and I don't want all that clutter. So yeah, first car, just going to rip some panels off this. Yeah, we'll get into it. It's cold out at the moment, still in trackies, wait until it warms up, I'm going to get some shorts on. so I can really push myself, but will just be a slow wind up to start with. Don't know how much filming I'll do while it's still cold. Alrighty, she's been productive so far. The s13 drift car is good to go onto its new owner. Got someone lined up. Got all the bits out of the interior I need, I hope. Everything else in here is not the best anyway. Good for a track car, still a seatbelt and stuff. I don't need to take that. See the pile of stuff down here. The dash will actually, I'll truck that back in. I just need to grab a couple of vents out of it. Fuel tank over here. I need to go grab a weed sprayer. She's still full of ethanol, so I'll make the most of that. Use it to kill some weeds. Otherwise, we're on to the next car. As much as I want to get into this bloody bucket now and pull the motor out, I'm going to whip the fender, rotating the corner markers out of this, whip the bumper off the headlights, just get a handful of stuff off this now so I don't have to worry about it later, and just so I can make a bit of a dent in it. Jump between 3 jobs, that I don't feel like I'm stuck on one for too long, and I really just don't have a plan of attack today. Also don't want to work on this, never know, I may get stuck into the little Mazda yet. Which leads me, if anyone knows of an early 90s, 90 to 95 Ford Laser for sale, let me know, keen to buy it. Just need a couple of cuts, can't find one for the price I want. Needs to be manual for the other bits. I need shifter cables. I'll buy one later on for a bigger price if I have to, but I'd rather not. And I really want to get that car done. Alright, that's enough talking, let's get into this one. Alrighty, as you can see, made a bit of a dent there. Managed to get a bit out. Just had a good repair in this corner before. Looks like a pretty amateur job to repair it, probably a home jobby. It's not bad, it's not great. The rail has a little bit of a hit down there. Makes me feel not so bad for the damage that's happened on the car. I'll whoop the battery out, chuck that on charge while everything's happening here. This fender, Not sure how I'm going to get it off. The bottom bolt is buggered, and there's a bolt here. Might have a go at getting this door off if I can open it. Yeah, not sure how I'm going to go about this, but have to get it to go there. Might go into the car and just fucking boot the door. Hope for the best. I've had to open up previous cars like this and they're just a bastard. But I'll have a bit of a play. If it gets interesting, I'll chuck the camera on. See, it's actually pulled the whole window out. Just moved this pillar in. It's a hell of a crash. But yeah, would like to get this door off, get this fender off. That way I can get onto the next car. We'll see how I go. Well, that's a win. Got it, and it's just starting to drizzle. Hopefully that passes by because I don't really want to pack up. But yeah, you saw, ended up just cutting the latch off as the pin had jammed and I couldn't get the free up. After I levered it, managed to get enough space. Far out. I hate when the crashes like this, they're just a nightmare to get into. But yeah, now I can get that front fender off. Also had to get to it because I need to be able to get to the computer. You can see a better view of that bar that would have hurt the passenger and just how buckled the passenger seat really is. But that's enough talking, got bloody work to do. Just keep going, keep smashing out these bloody jobs. Right, we're doing okay. Only thing I want to get done on this now, just pull the radiator out, let it drain. But I'm working where it's going to drain, so I'll wait till the end for that. As for this car, let's get this motor up. Pretty much just whip the cooler pipes off, probably whip the cooler off as well. How shitty is that little air filter? I'll probably have to change that one up. Nah, I probably won't. I'll probably leave it as is for the next car. As for everything else, I just noticed it doesn't have a heater, which is awesome. So I don't have to worry about hooking that up. Probably just disconnect all the intercooler pipes, unbolt the power steer pump, all the loom off, and a couple other little bits, and it's pretty much ready to come out. And then just under the car, well, hopefully by that point it's dry where we've got a lie for the engine mounts. We're good to go. Gonna knock this one out quickly, hopefully have this out soon, that way we can move this, drop out the rear subframe, drop out the fuel tank, swap it into this one. Really not looking forward to dropping this fuel tank out, as it's bloody disgusting. Have a look at this. Oh, it's like a chocolate milkshake. It smells so fruity. So bloody fruity. But we'll get into it. Enough talking, I'm just going to do it without filming now. hell, she's out. And what a regret not draining the gearbox. I go, yeah, no, she'll be right. I'll just put my spare yoke in the back. Won't have to fill it up. Nope, drained out the shifter hole. Made a huge fucking mess. Gonna go grab some degreaser, get the hose out and try and clean it all off before it stains too badly. Pissed off about that. And what a fight it was. At least it didn't have to be gentle pulling it out of this car. As the shell, I don't know what it's going to do after this, but it was just rough and ready, get it out fast. Oh, man, I'm pissed off about that oil. But clean up now, on to the next job. Yay. Well, it went from trying to get as much done as I can to how much can I get done before it starts to piss down with rain. The sky's looking bloody terrible. Let's get a bit of drizzle. Just move this car forward again, pretty much as far as I want it, up on stands, ready to have all the frames dropped out. Even gave it a bit of a wash. Obviously now too wet to touch anything in there, but I figure, seeing as I'm about to get rained off, let's get under the back, get the pressure washer under there. Take the wheels off first, pressure wash everything, and give the ground a bit of a clean too. At least that way when I get back into it either later if it dries off, or tomorrow, everything's kind of clean. I don't know. The bay in this one as well, looking not too bad. But yeah, we'll keep going. Might as well make the most of it. Then I'll start doing some work in the garage. A few other projects to do on the Mazda, so might as well make the most of the day. Alright, so well and truly rained off in the backyard. Had lunch, had a shower. Was absolutely soaking by the time I was done. Ended up pressure washing a lot of stuff, even though it was raining. That way the ground was wet today and not tomorrow when I want to work on it again. But we're in here for the final thing I want to finish off today. That's working on a little Mazda motor. I want to make some more progress on this car, as it feels like she's at a bit of a standstill. Definitely on the hunt for a forward laser, so I can finish off what I need to so the motor can go back in. But yeah, you're going to pop that intake off, strip it down, take the throttle body off it and prep it all so I can put the drive-by-wire on it. Just waiting on the flange. It's on back order from Raceworks at the moment, so when that gets here I'll be able to weld it on, and then the intake can get bolted back on. Actually a really easy job. The other thing I've got, which probably won't do today, just prep it. I've got the exhaust manifold, just needs to have the cracks which I've marked so that easy enough for me to see, drilled and ground, and I'll weld them up. So I'm just going to do a bit of a prep day, get everything ready. Also a bit of a plan of attack around the coil packs, work out how I'm going to make a plate to hold them down as well. It should be easy enough. Can't really see an easy design way in my head, but once you start playing with stuff, things kind of just work, I guess. So we'll get the intake off and see how I'm going to attack the coil packs at the same time, plan it all out. There she's off. Going to pop the idle controller off, the throttle body off, this big black bracket off, and get all these water lines out of the way. That way I can work out, I'll probably plate that. The throttle body's easy as a new flange is going on there. That bracket won't need to stay there. The PCV to the rocker cover is going to get eliminated. I'll weld a dash 8 onto there, go dash 8 onto there. Not most ideal, as I'd like to have one off the front, but both off the back is what it's going to have to be. So just the factory positions, and you just dash 8 for both. Everything else under the back is normal here. The dicky oil cooler thing is normal on these older Jap cars. Intake manifold gasket, that's rooted now, but that's okay, that'll get replaced. Still got to clean all the goo off. Really not excited to attack that. And the motor still needs a bit of a wash down, but I'll wait for things to be plugged up. Thinking I'll probably plug that hole and make my own cam angle sensor get if I don't find an MX-51 cheap enough. Make a pickup off the crank, use a bolt off the, just make one of these bolts a little bit bigger and just make a bracket out. Probably off one of these I'll make a bracket out, but we'll see. if I can't find an MX-5 one, that's what I'll do, and a bit more expensive, but it'll be cooler. This here looks like I'm going to see what these bolts do. Oh, there's only one. No good. I'll probably have to use the factory bolt down positions, make a alloy plate, some riv nuts or nuts underneath that I can bolt them all to. Take me half an hour to make something. It should be nice. I can set the coils in that sort of position nice and even. Still have to clean up the oil cap as well. I might actually soak that in carby cleaner. Grab that now. She's all bare now. Got a little plate stenciled up. That'll go on there. Got to cut it out still. Don't want to do any cutting today. Just don't want to fire up the grinder. Don't want to get covered in alloy dust. Just don't feel like it. So got that. Got the coil pack holder dimensions measured, so that'll fit between that little rail down there. That's easy enough. So I've cut that out as well. And yeah, the manifold, I'll have to whip that off there, but I'll wait for the new flange to arrive first before I go cutting anything. Probably block off that nipple, weld that up as well, as there's two on the back here which are much better suited, as it'll only be a map sense to the ECU and to the fuel pressure regulator as well. One of these to the brake booster. The other one of these isn't needed, but being a big one I'd rather keep it on there. I'll just put a cap on that one. And we've got the oil cap in here, the Mazda speed item, just chilling in carby cleaner. Let that soak for another hour or so, then I'll give it a good rub down and probably soak it again. Just repeat until it's clean. Glad I'm making some progress on the little Mazda motor again. But yeah, she's a bit of a long time coming. We'll see how we go. Slowly tick away as parts come in and motivation and